Hello, folks. How y'all doing today? Now, today I was figuring that we're going to preempt the white guilt sniveling that is Columbus Day or Native American Day. Now, this is the Holy Bible. You will open your Holy Bible if you like to chapter 33, Numbers. Okay? And then we're going to start out at 52. Then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their pictures, and destroy all their molten images, and quite pluck down all their high places. And ye shall dispossess the inhabitants of the land, and dwell therein, for I have given you the land to possess it. But if ye will not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall come to pass that those which ye let remain of them shall be pricks in your eyes, and thorns in your sides, and shall vex you in the land wherein you dwell. Moreover, it shall come to pass that I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them. That is God's thoughts on multiculturalism. So, before any of you cuckatard Judeo-Christian traitors attempt your sniveling on this fine Columbus Day about what God thinks, Numbers 33:52 to the end, boy. That'll get you what God thinks about multiculturalism right there. Now, for my American brothers and sisters, we have Columbus Day, obviously tomorrow. You'll probably be seeing this on Columbus Day. I imagine I'll be presenting it, but you know. Now, to cut one thing aside, a certain fella was saying that nationalist outfits always seem dopey and whatever. Who cares? The fact is most of that media nonsense seems false to us folks. It does to me, at any rate. It always has seemed contrived, highly false, highly like, these people aren't really like this at all, Whereas, well, I may not be quite this pleasant all the time, I am basically the person you're seeing. It's not as if there's some act, you know. So this Columbus Day for us Americans is sort of, in a sense, it's one of our collage of founding holidays, Okay? And other European people have similar holidays, though I don't know your exact schedule of holidays, but, And in America, basically, it's Columbus Day. It was President's Day, but first that was Washington's birthday. And then 4th of July and Thanksgiving. Okay, those are the big ones, All right, now they all have been PC-ified, cuckified, and communified just to the hilt, Now, when I was a kid, Columbus Day was a day of pride. We actually did whole big maps where we would study out the distance that all these ships had to go, and our teachers would say to us, just how lucky and cunning they were to have been able to, store enough food to get from here to there, and just all these other things, It was overall, though, emphasized as something to have pride about. You understand? To stand tall over it, And now it's taught as well, for God's sakes, the name's even been changed. We've cuckified and commified the name to Indigenous Peoples Day. Now, again, the commies and the cucks, the commies do what they do because they're fanatics. The cucks do what they do because they don't want to be wasted, And the golden calf that pays for it all does this because destroying and splitting the American people's identity and making American mean nothing is the way to crushing us down, squeezing us out, and grinding us up like mill flour. And it's as simple as that gets. And really what's happened to Columbus Day is no different than what's happened with Washington's birthday, where first it was basically President's Day, then it was turned into Martin Luther Communist Subversive Cuckacoon Day, which is just unacceptable, folks. It's unacceptable. What can I say? It's unacceptable that we have a country that celebrates this communist subversive. I tell you, if I had the power of the pen, he'd be gone. Erased from the history books, boy. Subversive. No country with a sane mind celebrates these kinds of subversives. Now, and again, the commies behind all this push Martin Luther King because they believe in this equality, and personally, the commies are just going to have to be sent to Africa to be enriched. It's the only solution for their malfunction. The cucks, because they're scared of being racist. They're just weak, servile people that I hope, with enough example of actual manliness, might snap out of their cringing worthlessness. It's somewhere deep down inside, I kind of hope that their nuts will drop back into their sack. Yes, that's crude, but it's absolute reality. And now, the reality is that the common person needs to see more people that say, no, no, I won't celebrate this subversion. Nope, Columbus is number one with me. Screw all your commie gibberish. Cuckatards be gone. I'm not going to cower about racism. I'm proud that my people conquered this continent. I'm proud that they created one of the greatest nations and greatest civilizations ever known to man here. I'm proud of that. And you're not going to take that from me. You can go on down the way with your one-man band peanut show and your little tumbling monkey. Okay? Now that's what common people need. They need more other common chucks just saying, look, why don't you quit being stupid and stop being a dumb chuck and quit feeling guilty about and bad and feeling like you have to be quiet. Otherwise they're gonna folks, you're scared of a bunch of weaklings, academics, and other moral sissies calling you names. And you common people, unless you want to go and choke on some golden calf and choke on some PC and choke on some cuck-a-chuck, you just need to get over being called a racist and being called a Nazi. These are bullshit words. Racist simply means that you have enough sense to understand that white folks don't burn down cities very often when we get upset over political and legal issues. We just don't. And other people are more inclined to do so. And that, therefore, equality, not so much. That's all racism means, is that you reject their faith in human equality. You reject diversity, because really diversity is a death pact. Here's what I have to say. Why is it the places in the world with the most diversity are the most violent? Can anyone answer this? Why is it countries in Africa that have 20 or 30 languages and 30 or 40 tribes that don't like each other, are utterly, brutally violent? Why is that? And this is not even taking into account multiracialism. This is just multiculturalism, multi-ethnicism. You add in the whole racial element, and my God. Okay? There's never been a polyglot empire that wasn't a tyranny. That's reality. There's simply never been one that wasn't. It's impossible for a group of people who have no common core, no commonality, no connection, to be ruled by anything but an iron fist. And the more people we bring in that aren't, that don't belong here, more and more and more the PC and the cuckacoms will have to, implement their tyranny. No, it's that. Or regular people can say, you know what? No. Because, you see, folks, we still have a 60 to 70% majority. We can turn this around. We can band together and say, nah, and be done with this. Okay? But that's going to require basically rallying around things like our holidays, our values, our customs, words, ways of speaking and thinking. It's come to this. These people are full court press. These cuckacom people, and let's be real. It's the established right and the established left in alliance. All the money, all the industrial power right behind them, backing them like a steamroller coming over folks like ourselves. There it is, So we can either care about what they think about us while they rob us and rape us and basically pillage us and make us bend over so that their orc hordes that they're importing can basically kill us off. Or we can grow up and be objective human beings and realize that what they think about us is far less important than the continued survival of our kind, the continued existence of our unique heritage, and the continuance of our way of life. Now, that's pretty simple to me, you know? And part of that begins with saying, listen, take your white guilt and your shame bullshit on these holidays like Columbus Day, you know, George Washington's birthday and the rest, and just go on down the way with them, you know? Go on down the way, you know? Because, I mean, if we want to get historical about this, um, well, I'm going to tell you point blank. Winning isn't something to cry about, okay? And allowing other people to make you feel guilty about it, it's silly. It's childish. Especially when these other people mean to pillage you by way of softening you up through this guilt. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. You know? Okay, do you know? Right, folks? You know, basically just about being a voice in the crowd that says, no, we don't care about what you're saying. That's all you have to do.